Supervisor, would you like to share your screen?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Heng Sure. Welcome to our Avatamsaka Sutra lecture from the city of 10,000 Buddhas by way of Queensland, Australia. 欢迎大家参加我们的万佛圣城星期天晚上的大放广佛华严经十回向品的讲座。我们马上开始就想先问清楚，大家听到声音还好吗？ I want to ask before we get going, is volume good? Everybody can see. Okay, 都听得到啊。Okay, yes, good. 好 All right, 好的。Leonie is going to be our Dharma requester. So let me bring up our Dharma request and I'll ring the bell 3 times and then invite Leonie to request Dharma. 我先鸣这个引磬3下，然后打三文虚拟，然后我们请Leonie帮大家来请法。好的，Leonie, please request Dharma.
恭请大德圣听，为此法会及一切众生，请转妙法轮，教导我们如何了生脱死，离苦得乐，殊真无生。Will the Sangha with great virtue, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering and attain bliss and end birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one.
Namo sadanto suchedoye olahadi samyao samputoshe.
Namo sadanda suchetoye alahadi samyao samputosye.
无上甚深微妙法，百千万劫难遭遇。我今见闻得受持，愿皆如来真实义。Supreme and wondrous Dharma, subtle and profound, rarely encountered even in billions of eons. But now we see and hear it and accept it reverently. May we truly understand the Buddha's actual meaning. 好的，Leonie, thank you for the Dharma request. We are about to launch into our Avatamsaka Sutra lecture. And after my discussion of the Ten Transferences chapter, we get to hear talk by Sophie Wu from City of 10,000 Buddhas, and that will be translated. I think Sophie will probably translate it for herself, and following that, we will do the transference of merit. 我本人先讲第6回向，智慧商品的第6回向，讲了1个小时左右。然后呢，我们就请Sophie Wu 就跟大家分享精彩的一个讲座。然后呢，就到了加州时间9点钟，我们这个 Australia 的时间就变成1点钟哈。那我们就回向功德。Okay, so that is our plan, and here is. We'll do an invocation. 我们先恭请华严海会佛菩萨，就还有护法善生莅临道场。来 ，Here we go. One more time. Homage to the Buddha's Flower Garland Sutra of Great Expanded Teachings and the Ocean-Wide Flower Garland Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And we will acknowledge country here in California. The Pomo people practice their spiritual connections to the earth and to all creation here on their ancestral land for tens of thousands of years. Today we acknowledge them as traditional custodians and original storytellers of these lands. We offer our respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and to all First Nations people whose sovereignty was never ceded. 就说婆摩人在他们祖先的土地上修炼着，他们与土地和万物的精神联系已有数万年。今天我们承认他们是这些土地的传统监护人和原始讲故事的人，并且向他们过去、现在和新兴的长老们表示敬意，以及主权从未破割让的所有第一民族人民们表示敬意。Okay, and one more job that we have to get us underway. We want to ring our bell. Here we go. The bell sound wide resounds throughout 100 million worlds. The Buddha's law is heard and spread all throughout the triple world. The wondrous sound that everywhere fills the Dharma realm with peace May those who hear it gain the strength to follow in faith the Buddha's path. 众生穿三界界内，佛法扬万亿国中，功勋其法界和平，利益报贪诺厚德。May it be so. Okay, let's jump right into today's sutra. Right here. Okay, hold on one second. For 子菩萨摩诃萨亦无福无着解脱心，不识其子，所积善根如是回向。所谓愿一切众生诸佛菩提，其变化身，究变法界，转不退论。愿一切众生得无着身，愿力周行一切佛刹。愿一切众生舍爱生心，断贪慧劫。愿一切众生为诸佛子随佛所行。Disciples of the Buddha, Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, give away their wives and children with a mind liberated from attachments and bonds. They make the following dedications with their accumulated good roots. May all living beings abide in the Buddha's Bodhi, manifest transformation bodies that pervade the Dharma realm, and turn the wheel of irreversibility. May all living beings attain a body free of attachments. May the power of their vows pervade all Buddha kshetras. May all living beings renounce like and dislike, and sever the fetters of greed and anger. May all living beings become disciples of the Buddhas and accord with the practices of all Buddhas. Okay, we have here the second part of this vignette, this section of the sutra. This is the Flower Garland Sutra, the Avatamsaka Sutra. The Bodhisattvas here in the sixth transference of the Ten Transferences chapter are first cultivating, usually it's a generosity or giving. Then they take the results of that, the goodness that comes from their cultivation, from their spiritual pursuit, and they give that away, again, using their mind with a wish, mostly 10 wishes. So that's our format. That's how this chapter is built. So here the Bodhisattva has been giving away members of his closest relationships, not literally doing so against their wishes. He is certainly taking into account the wishes of his family as he gives them away, right? Or she gives them away. Don't assume this is only a man doing it. Now, the gifting is when there's a need and when there's permission and when the use of when the individual being loaned or given or shared can really help the person who receives it. So this is not just casually, what do they call it? What was that, the word that when you expand your relationships in swinging. This is not family swinging like Hugh Hefner's Playboys, swinging with your family. No, it's not that. This is under special conditions with pure minds. The Bodhisattva is willing to let go of the closest, most valuable thing that he possesses, which is his affinities with living beings. That's the only way that he is able to accomplish his vows, is through maximizing his affinities, his relationships. So he's willing to let those go in this controlled way to teach and transform other living beings. Okay, so 我们就这样子看到这个十回向品的第六回向，菩萨呢，他就这样修行，他先做一点布施，然后所修来的功德，他所那个结果呢，有好果，好的善根，就因为他愿意修行，所以他就把这个善根那个功德再布施一次。可是这次呢，他就用他的心来布施，发愿10个愿，因为这是华严经，所以这些愿呢，是他从心里发这个愿呢，他的愿力就会无形中就顺到众生的心里，跟他们结善法愿。你看，这次菩萨不是他的妻子，就是他的太太还有他的孩子，这并不是随便乱搞，他不是说另外找什么小三啊，或者什么这个外遇啊，不是这个意思，他就用清净心他就得到太太和孩子的许可，不一定是太太，可能是丈夫，菩萨不一定是男人，可能是女众啊，他就不是。还有一个条件，就说有这个要求，这不是随便乱丢，他的最亲密的这个人与人之间的关系，他的关系呢是对他呢最重要。为什么？他才凭这个人缘才能满他自己菩提愿。就说上乘佛道是靠下化众生才能成佛道，所以他不是随便乱搞这样子一定大家明白。他那么发这10种愿呢，我们现在就研究一个一个来研究。Okay, we're going to take a look at the vows the Bodhisattva makes when he is able to share these affinities. Gives away his wives and children with a mind free from attachments and bonds. It says that because this is the closest, hardest thing to let go of, is your family. If it weren't so, there would be lots more monks and nuns. Why are there so few monks and nuns? Because people are not immediately willing to go alone into the world, into the Sangha. It takes a special turn of mind that allows someone to let go of those closest relationships. Having friendly faces around the breakfast table, having somebody breathing at night in the same room as you, having someone to share hugs with when things go bad or when things go good. Those are not just humans, but you see all creatures are being social animals, thrive on that kind of closeness with their kin. If someone is able to, in the midst of that, say, trade the small family for a larger family from a principle of compassion, a mind liberated from attachments and bonds, that's pretty special. 你看菩萨呢，他就难舍能舍，难让能让，就说一般众生不但是人也是，其他的动物也是，我们是愿意跟我们同类一起晚上就听到房间有人呼吸气，那就可以睡晚上的舒服的觉。就说早上在一起吃饭，在那个早饭桌看到熟悉的亲肉的血肉的这个表情眼睛声音那就是一般人觉得一般众生就说动物呢，鸟鸟鱼类都是团结 social， 我们是应该说 social animal， 中文怎么说不知道，就说爱惜春节的就是春人爱惜在一起不愿意一个人走出去。能这样做，能怎么做呢？ 就说以无照无负解脱心布施的话，那就是不容易。所以呢，看到僧团不是说人人都想出家，能真正出家，把这个小孝训、小孝换一个大孝，把我们小家庭换一个大家庭，就说从孝顺亲生父母换做同体大悲大家庭的这种关系了，不是人人都愿意的所以出家并不是那么容易的好的，那菩萨就这样发愿。So the Bodhisattva says, may all beings live in the Buddha's Bodhi, manifest transformation bodies that pervade the Dharma realm and turn the wheel of irreversibility. So not only is he not concerned about his own personal body, if you are able to cultivate to this point, you can bring lots of other bodies to being perfect and functioning out of your own body. So think about the inverse function of that. Oh, I don't dare leave home because I can't let go of my family. I'm afraid I'll be all alone. But if you can be really alone to the point of Buddhahood, then your family comes out of your own body, transformed bodies. So how amazing is that? Turn the wheel of irreversibility means getting to that 7th and 8th stage of the Bodhisattva path where you are on your way to Buddhahood. 菩萨如果他真的能出家，他不怕说哎呀孤独，就没有人能舍一得万报，怎么说呢？他就能真正修到证得佛三身菩萨的化身都从他自己的身体出来了。你说什么孤独？他能从自己的一个身体呢造成很多身体，哇！相反，May all beings attain a body free of attachment, no matter how it looks. Mostly we pay attention to the surface, don't we? Bad hair day. Oh, I'm just looking. I don't like the color of my skin, 怕黑, so I cover up everything. I don't want to have the slightest tan. But in the West, oh, we like a tan. So, attachments upside down. May the power of the vows pervade Buddha kshetras. May all beings renounce like and dislike. Whoa. Find that place where all dharmas are 平等，无高下，施法平等，无有高下。Yeah, how hard is that? Sever the fetters of greed and anger which tie us to like and dislike. May we all become Buddhist disciples, accord with the practices of all Buddhas. 所以呢，我们就说，菩萨他就说，愿一切众生的无着身，这个无着身呢，你看怎么颠倒我们就是这样子就是在皮毛上用功那个在亚洲到了太阳呢，一般的女士她们要就是盖夫呢，为什么怕黑？皮肤要白白的。可是西方人生来皮肤就白白的，我们就是晒太阳，让你 tan 黑点快点，要变好好的，就烤面包你看这个无着身有着身究竟一切佛刹，愿一切众生舍爱增心，爱增心，你就是一切法平等性，就是平等法性施法平等，无有高下。为什么不能证得这个境界呢？因为还没有断这个贪慧劫所以呢，就一天到晚追求快乐，逃避增苦逃避辛苦了所以呢，就在这转。愿一切众生为诸佛子，皈依三宝随佛所行到了最高的境界。Okay, that's the first piece here. Let's do something special here. Remember？ 大家记得吗？ Where's the Chinese? There's the Chinese. 如是若问于是佛在是为果，其实地古独言。今舍是一生也，有一天生，殊胜光明，遍照圆中，来至佛所，恭敬礼佛，站立一边，以白佛言：众天神与人渴望得利益，四律求心普，请示最吉祥。世尊如是大言，怎么说呢？勿近于痴人，应与智者交，尊敬有德者，是为最吉祥。取诸是益处，忘系有德行，置身于正道，是为最吉祥。多问公益经，言持诸境界，言谈悦人心，是为最吉祥。OK。Thus have I heard that the Blessed One was staying at Shravasti, residing at the Jada Grove in an Anathapindika's park. Then in the dark of the night, a radiant Deva illuminated Jada's grove. She bowed down low before the Blessed One. Then standing to one side, she said, Devas are concerned for happiness and ever long for peace. The same is true for humankind. Here we go. What then are the highest blessings? Okay, everybody sing along when we get to the point. Remember your part, you go. These are the highest blessings. Okay, ready? Here we go. Avoiding those of foolish ways, associating with the wise, honoring those worthy of honor. Here we go, ready? These are the highest blessings. These are the highest blessings. Living in places of suitable kinds, with the fruits of past good deeds, guided by the rightful way. Ready? These are the highest blessings. These are the highest blessings. Accomplished in learning and craftsman skills, with discipline highly trained, in speech that is true and pleasant to hear. These are the highest blessings. These are the highest blessings. Okay, one more verse. Here we go. 我中文我们还没有念。奉养父母亲，爱护妻子，从业养无害，是为最吉祥，是为最吉祥。Very suitable for today's sutra. Here we go. Providing for mother and father support, cherishing family, ways of work that harm no be. These are the highest blessings. These are the highest blessings. Those are the highest blessings. Moving on here, take a look. 愿一切众生与诸佛所生自己心， 不可沮坏。愿一切众生常为佛子，从法化生。愿一切众生得究竟处，成就如来自在智慧。愿一切众生正佛菩提，永离烦恼。愿一切众生能具言说佛菩提道，常要修行。无上法师，愿一切众生得正定心，不为一切诸愿所坏。愿一切众生作菩提树，成罪正觉，开示无量，从法化生，诸善男女。是为菩萨摩诃萨不是其子，善根回向，为令众生解析正德，无碍解脱，无照之故。May all living beings bring forth the indestructible resolve to identify themselves with all Buddhas. May all living beings always be disciples of the Buddhas and manifest by transformation from the Dharma. May all living beings arrive at the ultimate and accomplish the Tathagata's sovereign wisdom. May all living beings realize the Buddha's Bodhi and forever leave affliction behind. May all living beings be able to thoroughly explain the way of the Buddha's Bodhi and always delight in cultivating the giving of unsurpassed Dharma. May all living beings attain right concentration, remaining unperturbed by all conditions. May all living beings sit beneath the Bodhi tree, accomplish the foremost perfect awakening, and teach countless good men and women who manifest by transformation from the Dharma. That is the dedication of good roots on the part of Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, when practicing the giving of their wives and children. They do this in order to lead living beings to realize the unattached wisdom that results in unobstructed liberation. Indeed. Be right with you 1 second. Okay. Doing a little housekeeping here. Be right with you. Okay, I'm going to write a note and I'll be right there. Okay, Jin Yung Sure, check your email there. Okay, now, these are the rest of the vows. Let's see how many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I count 11 vows. That's rare. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I thought there was one extra. There are 11 vows here the Bodhisattva makes to give away the merit and virtue of his sharing of his closest relationships. He says, may all beings bring forth an indestructible resolve to identify themselves with all Buddhas. May all beings always be disciples of the Buddhas and manifest by transformation from the Dharma. To appear by transformation from the Dharma is a phrase that comes up a lot. And it has to do with hearing principles from a teacher and being willing to give yourself to that transformation so that instead of being born from the womb of your mother as a result of your parents coming together, you are born instead from pure principle. May all beings arrive at the ultimate and accomplish the Tathagata's sovereign wisdom. May they realize the Buddha's Bodhi and leave affliction behind. May they be able to explain the way of the Buddha's bodhi and delight in cultivating the giving of unsurpassed Dharma. How wonderful. For someone who wants to learn to speak the Dharma in the future, there you go. There's a wish. These transference vows are simple, and yet any one of them could serve as a life goal that if you could realize it, you would be satisfied and happy. May all beings attain right samadhi and be unperturbed by all conditions. May all beings sit beneath the Bodhi tree, their own Bodhi tree, accomplish the foremost awakening, teach countless good men and good women who manifest by transformation from the Dharma. So look at these vows. He's making of his family, from the giving of his sharing of his family members, he is making teachers of Dharma from them. Similar to the Buddha, who was able to take his own son Rahula and inspire him to become a monk. 好了，这次好像有11个大愿，不是10个大愿，他就又发7个。他说：愿一切众生依据佛所证生自己的心不可取坏，愿一切众生常为佛子，为法化生。为法化生这一句呢，我们听到了很多次就说你听闻某某人讲解佛法，或者呢，可能你自己读过佛经，然后呢，你就这个启发作用，你就愿意舍你所有那个太过和不及的地方，完全归回于正法中道了义，那就是就说从法化生的样子，以后你跟佛法就一模一样的。愿一切众生就得究竟处，成就如来自在智慧，便就是正佛。愿一切众生正佛菩提，永离烦恼虽然这些愿力听起来简单，可是呢，我们在自己回向的时候多么好简单也好因为能在这个人生当中能这样做的，哇，那就是一辈子的没有后悔，而且呢100%的满意，没有浪费这一辈子愿一切众生能具演说佛菩提道，常要修行无上法师。哇，多么好他能布施他的妻子，可是呢，妻子就去做在法器，做你能讲解佛法的人士。愿一切众生得正定心，不为一切诸缘所坏，就是有真正的三昧那么愿一切众生作菩提树，成最正觉，开始无量，从法化生诸善男女。你看，它就包括男众女众呢，在这里它没有佛法没有这种的这个就说性别趋势轻男轻女重男轻女这种的学见没有了是为菩萨摩诃萨布施妻子，善根回向，这就是他是一个回向的愿，不是他的亲戚为令众生皆悉证得无碍解脱，无照桎梏。Okay, I want to make a point here that I think is important. Okay. I was reading today a news report from Phoenix, Arizona, about the difficulties in homelessness in America. it was a report focused on a mom and pop sandwich shop that had been there in Phoenix for 30 years. And when they started, they were, it was a very successful venture. But over time, the homeless started to make a camp around just right outside the fence of this restaurant. Now there's 11,000 people homeless in the area. And the article, it was in the section called The Great Read in New York Times. So it was done also in audio. I listened to it. And I was heartbroken to hear about the conditions of the homeless people who were there. Largely, they specified that these were people who couldn't afford medical bills because the cost of healthcare in America is so extraordinary. And so they lost their home trying to pay their medical bills. 2, they had addictions to various substances, including opioids, and which are often given as painkillers by doctors who were pushed onto opioids by the companies who sell them. And they addicted their patients without meaning to. And then the people lost everything as a result. Or people who have mental illness and whose families were unable to care for them, largely, and also returned Army veterans, men and women both. So often the causes of homelessness are just human tragedy beyond people's control. And as a result, they're living outdoors in tents and or just on the sidewalk even. And it can get so hot in Phoenix, over 115 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, that people die of heat exposure just by being there. And this poor family was trying to run their business, surrounded by all this hellish, ghost-like King Yama's realm drama of human beings who have lost their dignity and everything as well. So as I read it, my heart just sank because the story is being told all over the country, not just in Phoenix. The article was written about Phoenix, but it could be told in LA, it could be told in Oakland, it could be told in San Francisco, it could be told in Boston, Detroit, in Miami, everywhere. So my thought was, what does Buddha Dharma offer in terms of dealing with, of understanding the situation? And my thought was, wow, filiality. That if America had gone in a different direction in our education and had learned the lessons of traditional virtue displayed in the sutra and in Chinese and Indian culture, then families wouldn't break to the place where individuals to whom we are related wind up thrown away with nothing to support their lives at all. No running water, no electricity, no plumbing, no food, no medicine, no security, just thrown away and homeless. This is a problem that is very hard to solve. I heard another interview with the new mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, former congresswoman, who is laser focused on trying to make an impact on the 37,000 people homeless, 47,000 people homeless in Los Angeles total. She made a promise to take 17,000 people off the street in the first year. She's working very hard, but what a awful, awful situation. How can family members turn their backs on kin and say, you're on your own? So would that solve the problem? If you suppose your family member is both mentally ill and addicted, how can an ordinary young couple trying to raise their own children take care of an ailing family member? Well, that's the question, isn't it? That's the question of our time. But this should be where we apply our effort, is finding a way to, like our Bodhisattva in the sutra, he's able to quote, give away, meaning share his family members in a wholesome way to benefit others, to help us all wake up together. We somehow in our country don't even acknowledge our family members to give away. We've already given them up without any wholesome benefit from it. So what a crisis that we're facing right now. And seems like this should be a priority. So the lessons of filiality is a lesson that the Buddha Dharma can really bring to our current situation. 就读到华严经这个就说菩萨愿意把其子布施，我就今天又读到一篇文章，就说美国 Arizona Phoenix 那个大城，那里无家可归的人太多了。这篇文章写的非常具体，就说那边的人有一对夫妇，他们愿意开他们的那个餐馆，可是呢四周围都是11000个无家可归的人，就绕着他们住在帐篷里边了，真的无家可归。那个文章解释那个情形，真的我是心里受不了，太残忍，太难过就考虑怎么会，这不是单单 Phoenix 这个城市有这个问题，这个问题是普遍在美国很多大城市都同样的问题。洛杉矶呢有47000，我上个礼拜就听到洛杉矶新选上的市长就 Karen Bass， 他曾经做过那个上会的参事，现在成市长。他发言他在位第1年要把1700个人无家可归的人就给他们地方住，这是他的愿那么所以不是说没人注意这个事情，这个事情真的是头大一个很难解决的问题。可是你说如果像菩萨以孝顺能孝顺为主，这样是能把他亲戚怎么样利益人都愿意我们如果西方文化东方世界文化懂得孝道，就说子女不会把他们的血肉放他去不管你看这个无家可归的人呢，没有水喝，没有洗手间，也没有安全，也没有食物，也没有屋顶没有墙壁了。这个是我们现在应该管这个问题，想法子佛法能讲解释这个孝道大孝，那么我们国家应该注意这个事情，才算是健康有前途的国家。好的 Okay, so that's my take on this thinking about the Bodhisattva today, who is willing to share the members of his family to benefit others, and yet in America somehow we haven't figured this one out yet, so we have a long way to go. Only if we are able to solve this problem, I think, are we going to have a future as a country. OK, 玄奘大师，那个时候天下既乱，唯蜀中逢境，故四方僧投意之众，讲座之下常数百人，法师礼智宏才，皆出其右，无属性处，为无不知闻。 其想望风味风正风威 ，is that it？ 亦有古人之亲，其郭矣。法师兄 ，OK， 这是玄奘大师的他的哥哥，因住成都空慧寺在四川，一风神朗卷，体庄斗解，有类于父，号内外学，凡讲涅槃经、舍大乘论、阿毗达摩还有书传，尤善老庄，为书人所慕。总管谁正宫，特所亲重，至于属词贪吐，晕机风流解悟诱犯，无愧于地。若有听听独修，不杂一尘，有八弘众宣理，扩宇宙以为智，即升达而为心。旷正投往，包绰殊俗，设方波而益魔卷，对完成而解脱高德，故兄所不能代。然坤其二人，一生一业，清宽清规，放生雅致，为庐山兄弟无得加言。Okay, sorry for the funky pronunciation, but this is tough stuff. Okay, take a look here. This is very cool. Master Shendrong, our hero. All the men of learning congregated at Chengdu and promulgated here. At that time, the empire was suffering from starvation and disorder, except for Sichuan, where food was abundant and the people lived in peace. Therefore, monks from all quarters of the empire came to live there. Always several hundred attended the preaching meetings. The master's intelligence and talent surpassed them all. As a young boy, not even a monk yet, he's a novice monk. His name had become known in the regions of Wu, Shu, Qing, and Chu. The people respected and honored him for his learning, just the same way that people in the past esteemed Li Ying and Guo Tai. Master Shendrong's older brother, who lived in the Konghui Monastery in Chengdu, was elegant in his manners, sturdy physically, just like his dad. He was well learned in both Buddhism and worldly lore. He preached on the Mahaparinirvana Sutra, the Mahayana Samgraha, and the Abhidharma Samuccaya. He was learned in the classics and history. He was especially good at Laozi and Zhuangzi. The people of Sichuan treated him with honor and admiration, and the governor, Can, especially respected him. His eloquence and comprehensiveness in discussion and his capacity to edify people were equal to those of his younger brother, Shendrong. Look at that. However, if you look at the two brothers side by side, in the manner of loftiness of mind without being affected by worldly attachments, in profound research into metaphysical aspects of the cosmos, in ambition to clarify the universe, to continue the tasks of the saints, the rectifications of the collapsed principles, the transformation of evil customs, and in the sense of self-respect, even in the presence of the emperor. In all these, the elder brother did not show superiority over the younger one. Yet, both brothers led a life of purity in accordance with the monastic rules and had a good reputation to such an extent that even the two brothers of Lushan, Huiyuan and Huizi, did not surpass them. Okay, so look at that. My goodness, we are reading the life of Master Shendrong. When the master in the 5th year of Wude reached the age of 20, he took full ordination at Chengdu, where he observed the summer retirement and studied the Vinaya. He thoroughly learned the disciplinary rules as contained in the Vinaya Pitaka by studying them one time. When he completed the studies of so much of the scriptures and commentaries as he could find in Sichuan, he wanted to go back to Chang'an for furtherance of his knowledge, to clear up the doubts that he found in the Vinaya. His elder brother said, you shouldn't go, so he didn't let him carry out his intention. Later, without the consent of the elder brother, he went anyway in company with traders, sailed down the Yangtze. He passed the Three Gorges and reached the Tianhuang Monastery in Qingzhou. So even at that age, he was 不听话. Not only his older brother, he didn't listen to the emperor either. 法师年满20，其一无德无念，在成都受具足戒，坐下学律。OK， 5篇7句之中，一遍死得，所以你看过目难忘。一部经论研究的穷，然后呢，他愿意回去长安，再继续就研究他心里一些问题，对于他怀疑对于那个经书。跳舞有爱，又为兄所留，所留，就说不要去，不能随意。乃肆欲伤人解律，泛舟三峡，燕将而训。Okay, so we have Master Xuanzhuang running away. This becomes a habit with him, doesn't it? He ran away because he wanted to learn more that he couldn't learn by himself where he was in Sichuan. And so how do you suppose his brother felt? Where's your Didi? He ran back into the capital where there's so much fighting. Oh my goodness. Okay, 难调难服。你看玄奘大师他这么年轻，就还是随他自己的一心意。哎呀，如果人家问他哥哥，你弟弟跑哪里去啊？我去长安，危险。他们都说这个法师啊，他的前途很光亮。Okay, so I'm going to stop at this point, and Sophie Wu has got something that she wants to share with us, and I'm excited to find out what she's going to say. She will speak for half an hour, and I will be back at the end and help us transfer the merit. 那我们就请 Sophie 给大家讲解，然后呢 Sophie 讲完了，我就回来跟大家一起回向功德。Okay, Sophie, are you ready?
I'll give an introduction of Sophie. So, Sophie Wu holds a BA in Religious Studies and Asian Studies from Franklin and Marshall College, where she also studied classical vocal performance. She later obtained her MA in Buddhist Classics from the Dharma Realm Buddhist University. Sophie is a member of the DRBO Office of Development and Strategic Planning. She also teaches music and is the junior high school high-class choir teacher. Sophie is inspired by Buddhist chanting and music, which motivates her to bring education, music, and Dharma together.
I will share screen. 诸佛菩萨宣公上人，各位法师，各位法友，阿弥陀佛，大家晚上好。Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Venerable Master, Dharma Masters, and Dharma Friends, good evening. 我是 Sophie Wu。那我现在把国涵刚刚对我的那个英文介绍用中文翻译一下。Sophie Wu 在 Franklin Marshall 大学取得了宗教学和亚洲学本科学位和美声表演训练。Sophie 随后在法界佛教大学完成了佛教经典的硕士学位。她现在是法界佛教大学发展与统筹部门的一员，也是培德女校的音乐老师和初中部班主任。 Sophie 从小受到佛教唱诵的启发，她希望可以将教育、音乐和佛法有意义的结合在一起。So the topic for my sharing tonight is called A Musical Journey of the Heart. 今晚跟大家的分享主题叫做音乐心之旅。接下来的20几分钟，主要是想和大家介绍一下万佛圣城培德女校的音乐課程和这些年我和學生們一起完成的幾項音樂表演項目。In the next 20 so minutes, I'd like to share with everyone the music curriculum at the Instilling Goodness and Developing Virtue Girls School and a few projects that the students and I accomplished in the past few years. 更多也是让大家见证一下这些孩子们是如何在一个佛教的环境中通过音乐得到的成长和磨练。Moreover, I like to share with everybody how the students, the children in the Buddhist based educational environment grown and transformed through music. 这里呢有3张 Okay, let me use English because the slides is in English right now. 等一下我再用中文翻译。The 3 poster here share the 3 recitals that we've done in the past 2 years. The first one took place in the fall 2021. It was called DVGS Fall Recital. Then in a couple months after that, in May 2022, we had the Journey of the Heart Spring Recital. Then just a couple months ago in December 2022, we held the Infinite Light Winter Benefit Recital. Those are 3 major projects the students and I have done in the past 2 years. 这里有3张海报就是显示这过去的2年里我和学生们做的3场音乐会。第一场音乐会呢是在2021年的秋季，叫做培德女校秋季音乐会。第2场音乐会是在2022年的春天5月份的时候，叫做心之旅春季音乐会。然后呢，就在前几个月，12月8号，2022年的12月8号，我们举办了无量光冬季音乐会。我在女校任职做老师，其实也就1年多的时间，还没有到2年。其实觉得很不可思议，在过去这1年多的时间里面，有这么好的因缘，和学生们一起有这么多美好的音乐上的回忆。I've only been a teacher at the IGDVS school for less than 2 years, about 1 year and a half. I think it's amazing cause and condition that how much wonderful memories and events have happened in terms of music program in the past 1 year or so. 接下来我会跟大家详细的分享一下每一场音乐会的一些细节。I'm going to share with us in detail about each recital that had taken place. Here are a few photos that show the first DVGS Fall Recital that took place in December 2021. And it was my first semester being a music teacher at IGDVS school. And most of the students actually just started learning their instruments. So it was a very interesting and adventurous experience. But through the experience, we discovered infinite potential. We didn't have a lot of resources. We didn't have a lot of experiences, neither I had a lot of experiences being a teacher or organizing a concert. The students were also beginner in their instruments, and most of them have not performed at a big scale concert. Yet through their love for music, their hard work, their discipline, their trust in themselves, in music, and in their teachers, they developed a lot of courage, and they worked very hard every day, every week to practice their piece. And they were able, about 4 months, they were able to step onto the stage with confidence, with trust, and a wonderful recital happened that evening, which planted a strong seed for future possibilities, which we will see in the next few slides. On that day, students, we had choir, dance, flute, guitar, 古筝, piano, pipa, saxophone, opera, both Western opera and Perkin opera, and violin performances. And we had about, I remember, 85 audience in person and online. People just loved the students' performance. 这里几张照片呢是我们第一场音乐会时候的照片。那个音乐会是2021年12月份的时候，是一个很有意思的经历。那个时候是我第一次当音乐老师，我那个时候当老师才几个月然后基本上大多数的孩子们也是刚刚开始学他们的乐器比如萨克斯笛子唱歌其实他们都刚刚开始。但是在那个过程中呢，我们就发掘了孩子们无限的音乐上面的潜力。他们都还是初学者，但是他们每天很用功的练习，每个星期这样子认真的练习。他们有对音乐很强的热爱，很努力，很自律。他们相信他们自己，相信音乐的美好，也相信他们的老师。然后在这个过程中呢，他们就得到了勇气。然后就是差不多4个月的过程里面，他们就有信心上舞台跟大家表演。那天我记得是一个下雨的晚上，但是我们竟然有差不多85个观众，就是那个现场和线上，大家的反响都非常好，也很想再看接下来的未来，还希望有音乐会。所以那一场音乐会，虽然我们都没有什么经验，也没有很多的资源但是我们为未来的音乐旅程栽培了一颗好种子。那天呢，同学们有表演声乐合唱团、钢琴、小提琴、萨克斯、吉他、琵琶、古筝、笛子、舞蹈，就是东西方的音乐都有。The first recital took place at the wonderful Wards Hall, which is an auspicious place where the venerable master used to lecture on couplets. 那我们第一场音乐会呢，用的是庙宇堂。那庙宇堂是一个非常殊胜的地方，因为是当年上人在庙宇堂里跟教弟子们对联的地方。Okay, then in a few months after that, in May 2021, we had our second recital, which is a Journey of the Heart Spring Recital. Here, it also took place at the wonderful Wards Hall, but we had more experience and we had more support and resources after the first recital. So we upgraded the space a little bit, and amazing cause and condition brought us a piano donation from a teacher. So for that recital, we had a grand piano and a beautiful space. And the mission of the Journey of the Heart is as what is written here. Journey of the Heart reflects the inner journey that our young musicians have undertaken over the past year, in which they experienced joy, challenges, fear, courage, and a sense of authenticity and realization through music. This recital is featured as a journey in itself, allowing us to experience where the journey begins, abstraction, transformation, illumination, and realization, and feel how the musician's rendition of each musical piece touch upon the elements of what we call the human journey. If music was a guiding light for our inner transformation, what is it for yours? Journey of the heart, the way we frame it really was like a cultivation for the young musicians. In their experience learning music, the children had to gone through different stages, as it is written here, how their journey begins. They have to face obstructions and to overcome them. Then they will experience transformation. Then after that, they feel, illumination, light, joy, and always by the end, each of us gains some realization. 然后几个月之后呢，在2022年的5月28号，我们举行了这一场心之旅春季音乐会。我们还是在万佛城的妙语堂举行的这一场音乐会，但是我们有更多的经验，我们也得到了更多的支持，因为大家听了第一场的音乐会之后，很好的反响，所以我们呢就通过音乐还有一些各方面的支持呢，我们把妙语堂的一个小角落把它布置成了更像一个音乐厅的感觉。然后呢也是很奇妙的因缘，那一个春天，我们一位老师给我们捐赠了一台三角钢琴，所以呢就这一场音乐会就是给大家一个更怎么说正式的一个感觉。那我们这个心之旅那个时候我们一起决定的这个主题，为什么叫心之旅？因为心之旅这个主题反映了我们年轻的音乐家们在过去1年中通过音乐经历的内心旅程，在其中他们经历了喜悦、挑战、恐惧、勇气和真实，也获得了种种的觉悟。本次音乐会就是一场旅程，让我们在座的大家一起在音乐中经历启程、障碍、转化、光明和觉醒。同时我们也将在每一位表演者对他们作品的诠释中感受人生旅程中的多彩元素。如果音乐是我们年轻音乐家们内心转变过程中的指明灯，那么在您旅程中的指明灯是什么呢？其实那个时候我们就是设计这个心之旅，心里一个感觉就是这个心之旅音乐会其实感觉听着很像一场修行，是我们这些年轻的孩子们通过音乐的一个修行。因为在他们学习音乐，然后在准备这个很不容易要去音乐会表演的这个经历里边，他们会就是一个旅程会开启，然后在这个旅程中他们会经历困难，会经历障碍，他们要去面对这些困难，面对这些障碍。但是在这个过程里有一个转化的过程，他们会转化，会克服这些困难，他们的心灵会得到转化，然后在这个之后他们会感受到光明和喜悦，然后最后大家都会有感悟，有一些觉醒。所以这个音乐会的过程其实也就像一场修行的过程。I also want to mention we also got that was the first recital that we collaborated with the Dharma Realm Buddhist University. My colleague at the Dharma Realm Buddhist University gave us a lot of support at this recital and gave us collaborative wonderful experience. 我也想提一下，就是也感谢一下，就是我在法界佛教大学的同事们，他们也听说那个时候听说我们在做这个音乐会，然后大家也很感兴趣，看到其中的这个意义，所以从这一场音乐会开始，是我们就是培德女校和法界佛教大学一起开始合办音乐会的一个开启。然后也是给大家一个非常好的一个共同的一个很好的一个过程。Here are some photos from the most recent Infinite Light Winter Benefit Recital. which took place on December 8th, just about 3 months ago, at the Medicinal College Center Theater. OK， 这里呢是我们就是几个月前，3个多月前，12月8号举办的无量光冬季音乐会。我们那天是在那个当地曼都西诺大学的租了他们的一个音乐厅，然后在那里举办了无量光冬季音乐会。这些照片呢，就是从那天音乐会里面取出来的。Okay, here's a little background about the Infinite Light Winter Recital. What was that theme about? The Infinite Light Winter Recital features our international young musicians' renditions of worldwide masterpieces. The coming together of diverse genres of music that originated from various cultures and in different periods of time ignites the interconnected light that dispels darkness and erases boundaries and limitations. Quoted from the Vimalakirti Sutra, which inspired the theme of this recital, the inexhaustible lamp is like a single lamp that lights 100,000 lamps. It lights up the darkness, yet its light is never exhausted. 无量光冬季慈善音乐会，那这个无量光这个主题这个背景是什么呢？那天这个背景是这样子来的：无量光音乐会呢，与大家分享我们学校来自世界各地的年轻音乐家们对多元化音乐作品的诠释。这些音乐作品来自不同文化与时期，他们聚集在一起，点亮着相连不断的光，抹去了黑暗与隔阂。其实是《维摩诘经》里面的一段经文启发了我们这个无量光音乐会。无尽灯者，譬如一灯，燃百千灯，明者皆明，明中不尽。Okay, here are some photos of the background story, some rehearsal photos. We were rehearsing with the students, and on the left bottom corner, this is a rehearsal with the DRBU choir. And here we have a photo of our violin student, Catherine Wang, practicing her piece. It's a Mozart piece with pianist Elizabeth McDougall. 这里呢是一些就是背后的幕后的花絮，就是我们排练的照片。我们大家可以看到的我们的萨克斯老师和萨克斯学生的排练，然后左下角是我们在妙语堂和法界佛教大学的那个合唱团的排练。然后呢，我们也看到我们这个Catherine 同学，她是我们的小提琴学生，和我们当地著名的钢琴家伊丽莎白女士在排练。对，yes, I also want to mention that. Let me go back to the photos. That this concert not only had students from the girls' school, high school, but we had students from girls' school, elementary school. We had DRBU students who also performed at the concert, and we also had a boys' school student. So it was really an event that opened up for all the schools that Master Hua established on the ground of CTTB. The girls' school, boys' school, and the university. 我想回到这个照片，因为从这个然后也是告诉大家一下，就是这一场音乐会呢，我们不光有女校高中的学生因为前2次音乐会只有女校高中的学生，这场音乐会我们还有小学的学生，我们有法界佛教大学的学生来表演，我们也有男校的学生。 所以这一场音乐会真的就是聚集了上人在万佛城建下的学校所有的学生们，我们有男校学生、女校学生，还有大学的大学生，还有硕士生都来参与这场音乐会。Okay, so here I want to share with us a piece of music. It was a Guanyin praise sung by the IGDVS Buddhist Youth Choir, Guanyin praise. 这里呢，我想给大家放个录音，是我们培德女校青年佛教合唱团演唱的一首观音赞。那大家看了这么多的照片，我们可以一起来聆听一下，真实的感受一下我们的音乐的感觉。And after having looked into many photos, it's time that we can listen to some music and to experience the sounds of those young musicians. If we can't hear it, I'm not sure. I hope the audio works. If it doesn't work, please let me know. 我希望这个录音是可以的。如果大家听不到的话，请告诉我一声，谢谢。希望大家一个音效都没问题。Okay, I hope we all were able to hear the recording. Okay, it's about it's toward the end of my sharing. I just want to share with everybody some upcoming music events. So on May 12th, 2023, at 7 p.m. as in the same place as where Infinite Light Winter Recital took place, Medicinal College Center Theater, we are going to have a Ukiah Youth Concert benefiting Ukiah music education in Ukiah. We will again, it will be again hosted by the girls' school and also DRBU. And this time we will not only have students from our own schools to perform, but we are also inviting talented young musicians from the local area to share the stage with us. And all proceeds from the concert will be shared among participating schools in their music department and the program. The goal is to really benefit music education in Ukiah. 马上就要到时间了，我接下来想跟大家分享两个接下来要就是接下来的音乐上面的事情。一个就是我们在5月12号在同样的这个剧院，我们将会举办Ukiah 青年音乐会。那这一次呢，我们不光会有我们自己学校男校、女校、法界大学、佛教大学的学生们来表演，我们还会请当地年轻的优秀的音乐家们来表演。然后呢，音乐会筹集的所有钱呢，我们会和来参与的学校的音乐部一起分享，就是为了要福利我们这边的音乐教育。And we are also hosting Medicinal International Summer Music Academy. It's a 2-week program. 然后呢，我们在暑假呢会有这个 Medicinal 国际音乐夏令营7月9号到7月22号 offering programs in guitar, piano and saxophone. 会有吉他钢琴还有萨克斯2个星期的训练。好，我差不多就讲完了，我可能最后再讲一句话吧。I'm about to end. I probably just share one little thing. I really didn't expect that I would be teaching music at CTTB schools. That was never in my planning, but it happened when they needed a music teacher. And that reminded me when I was 14, I first started listening to Buddhist chant and the Shrangama Sutra recitation, and I was so moved by it. I guess the seed started to blossom from there. 我最后想分享一个，就是说，其实我到现在20几年一生，我从来没有想过我会教音乐，也没有想过在万佛城会做音乐老师但是那个时候2年前他们需要音乐老师，那我就去做了这个音乐老师。没想到这么多美好的事情发生，然后也让我想到，其实我14岁的时候第一次听了佛教唱诵还有楞严咒，我就很感动，很喜欢。我觉得可能那个种子是在那里发芽的。Okay, thank you everybody. 阿弥陀佛，感恩大家今天的聆听，谢谢。
好的，thank you, Sophie, for that inspiring report. My goodness, how many great musicians got their start in schools just like ours. So somebody on the comments after hearing the choir said limitless future. So yeah, tremendous. Okay, well done. We can transfer the merit and virtue. Please, everybody who would like to, please put your palms together. 我们就说感恩Sophie 就给我们这个精彩的这个报道。有一位下个 comment 就说前途光亮无量的这个前途了多少这个世界闻名的音乐天才就从我们的学校就开始了，所以呢这个功德无量Okay, transfer the merit.
You want to share your screen, 石老师?
I can, sure.
And your camera is off as well.
Yeah, on purpose.
Okay.
Here we go. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may our minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light dispel the darkness of our endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. We can bow to the Buddhas 3 times. Here we go. Bow in respect to the Venerable Master. Alrighty, that will do it for us this week. Heng Sure, do you have any announcements for us?
Just a quick announcement. Next week, I'd like to thank Reverend Heng Sure's lecture and also Sophie's wonderful talk. And next week, we have another teacher who's going to share with us his experience. 下礼拜我们有另外一个老师叫做 Nobel Casas， 他要跟我们分享关于打坐方面。Nobel, I believe he from Southern California. He was an Indian descent, and he finished the study at DRBU, and now he came back to teach in the schools. 那 Nobel 他从南加州过来的，他是在法大应该拿的学士学位以后，就回到黄柏城来这边来当义务老师，来当老师。And everything else is the same as this week. 其他像这个连结啦，这个同点都是一样的，所以我们就下礼拜再聆听石法师的讲课，Nobel 的演讲。Thank everyone's participation. 阿弥陀佛，感谢大家的参与。阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。